Greetings, 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 greetings. What's going on, family? What's going on? This is Chief Kalanago with a quick video. I'm not going to be on here too long, but I'm sending lots of positive energy out there into the universe, and in lots of love. I want to acknowledge the great spirit, the universal all, universal mind, the great I am, and definitely honoring my ancestors because I am them and they are me. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to make this too long. However, let me just share this real quick with you guys. And once again, I share this information for educational purposes only and educational purposes only. Okay. So let's get into this. If you may, please go ahead and share the information. So I wanted to come and share this information with you guys because I've been talking to you guys, man. I've done so much. I'm certainly sure there are people that have done a whole lot more in regards to sharing information, but I have done my part. Okay. And I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I started, remember when I first started doing YouTube videos, that was literally in 19, man, I think 1999 or 2000. You know what I'm saying? When I started talking about, the condition of fathers, a community, and men stepping up to be fathers, and women allowing men to be fathers. So I've been doing this for a while, but I transitioned into, talking about, the Bible, then spirituality, if there's such a thing. Then I transition into talking about who we are as the original indigenous people of the Americas, the original so-called American Indians. Then I started talking about other things, but now I'm at the point where I'm talking about financial literacy, among other things. And in everything that I have spoken about, or I have talked about, or I bring information in, the underlying factor, what I realized was that broke people don't have a voice. Okay. And we are trying to impact change from the bottom up. Then that's not the way it happens. You see, when you're building a structure, yes, you build the structure from the bottom up. But when you're making changes, okay, you have to start from the top down. You feel me? Because when you're underneath the table, the people that are eating at the table, they will only throw you crumbs. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, this rapper here, rapper Young Thug to build his own city on 100 acres of land in Metro Atlanta. Now, I'm not knocking the brother. Congratulations. Now the question remains, what type of community that he's going to be built? He's going to be building, and whom is going to influence that community. When I say that, I'm talking about the so-called powers there be. But with that being said, I applaud him for taking a step in doing something. You see what I'm saying? And I wish him all the best. I just hope he learns enough education, okay, and knowledge, all right, in building an autonomous community, and one that stands on the principles of being indigenous, and not just indigenous, original indigenous, because there's a difference. And I have spoken about that, but I'll be talking to you guys about that in other videos. Okay. Is more to just being indigenous. Now, Atlanta rapper Young Thug plans to build his own city in Metro Atlanta after being gifted 100 acres of land for his 30th birthday last week. The rapper, whose given name is Jeffrey Williams, was given the land by his manager and his real estate agent, Trey Williams, according to Instagram post by Williams. Williams said he plans to build Slim City, or Slime City rather, which is more like a subversion or subdivision, pardon me, than a city. The name refers to a trilogy of albums he made from 2015. All right, so again, this hands down one of the best ways to invest your money. Williams wrote on the post, in which Young Thug and members of his entourage survey the land. It's unclear exactly where the property is, but it does appear to feature a small lake. Young Thug is originally from Atlanta's Sylvan Hills neighborhood. Okay. All right. So I just wanted to kind of share that. And like I said, more power to the brother. I don't know who he is. I don't listen to his music. I haven't, because I don't listen to today's music. All right. But To me, someone sent that to me and that caught my attention. And to me, that's applaudable. I mean, applausible. You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying applaudable, applaudable. All right. Again, the reason why I'm doing this video is to point something out, something very specific. All right. We always talking about we are the original people, but why do you think we are not able to make these moves? And we are not making these moves as a collective? Because we are still divided. We all scream the same thing, but we are divided. That's number one. Number two, to build a community, you need money. You see, people want to go back in the old time age, and even in the old time age, in ancient times or the ancient era, there was wealth. Wealth may not have been the type of wealth that we look at today when it comes to that type of money, but it could have been wealth in land, it could have been wealth in gold, it could have been wealth in farms. Okay, the amount of mace that you have, the amount of animals that you have. In every era, wealth and success is defined based on that age or that era. We're living in a digital age, and we cannot say, well, I don't want to participate. I mean, you can if you want to, but again, life is about evolving. You see what I'm saying? Stepping up into different dimensions. And you don't realize that's what 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, that's what it's about. It's about stepping up into intelligence. Okay, but they have to do it through the method or mechanisms of artificial intelligence, because only intelligence could be organic, and that's what we are. You see what I'm saying? So we are the source because we are intelligence. So why are we afraid to step up into what came from us and embrace it, but let it work for us in a positive way? Let it have a positive impact on the world, opposed to the people, the criminals that's running the world. You see, once we get that, we will realize that the power that we have, and everything is voluntary. But you don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. So they think that when they do certain things or certain things are said, then that means you don't have to do anything. Okay? The number one law, okay, in the universe is it pretty much do unto others as you would have them do unto you. That's the simplest law. If everybody could just abide by that, then we wouldn't need anybody trying to govern our mental. But this is not where I don't want to, go too far, because that's not what this is about. All right. I'm just doing this video to show you what this gentleman is doing. Now, again, it doesn't, whichever way the community is ran, who has the power over the community, that's besides the point. The point is he had money. Okay. And yes, it was a gift, but you don't realize in life, the more you have, the more is added onto you. And a lot of people choose to stay broke and poor and think that they could just go down on their knees and pray to a God who tells you that God give you everything in abundance, but yet still you want to be poor and broke. You see what I'm saying? That's contradictory to what you tell people or what your book talk about. You see what I'm saying? If you were created in the likeness and image of your God, and I'm speaking biblically here for a second, for those that, think that the Bible is the ultimate book, then it is what it is. That's your choice. That's your belief. But in that book, it says that you were created in the likeness and image of your God. And I'm saying your God because the Bible God is not my God. All right. But with that being said, I'm saying this. If you were created in the likeness and image of your God, and your God created everything in abundance, and your God gave you dominion over everything, then why are you in a position and still broken poor and think it's okay, getting comfortable to that life? You see what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is we have to step out of that mindset, okay, that we have to wait until we get to the pearly gates to live our best life. When all you heard about is the pearly gates, you have never experienced it. Nobody have ever came back and told you they experienced it, but that's what you are being programmed for. But then the people that are teaching you about the pearly gates, they live in the best life. They got the yachts, they got the Benz, they got the Rolls Royce, they got the best suits, they got the biggest homes. And people don't see a problem with that. You see what I'm saying? So going back to this title of this video, is this: anybody could create a community. The question is, how are you going to take care of the people in that community? You see, everybody's, oh, well, we got to create our own. How are you going to create your own and you broke? Like, that is just, to me, it just doesn't make sense. Because even you, well, that's not, our ancestors didn't have money. Yes, they had money. It just wasn't in the form of this currency. But trust me, they had currency because they had a barter system. The barter system was the currency. Okay? In other words, if somebody had goats, they gave you goats and you gave them cows. Okay? If somebody had corn, they gave you corn, you gave them beans. People even traded their children. A rich son would marry a rich daughter. A rich daughter would marry a rich son. It's called trading. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of you, like I said, you are your biggest enemy because you don't allow yourself to, you don't give yourself enough room to grow. You are stagnated by the thoughts, okay, or the illusion of what you thought your ancestors were. And then you say, oh, well, we came from kings and queens, we gods. And well, which God do you know is broke? Which God do you know is poor? Which king and queen do you know that was poor? You see what I'm saying? So you got to stop being a hypocrite and stop. And another thing is stop telling people, oh, well, we got to create our own, and then put people in a predicament where they got to leave their jobs and follow you into a blind house to get slaughtered because you haven't created an environment for them to be self-sustained, for them to take care of their families. And a lot of people are always reaching out to me, well, Chief, let's do this and let's do that. When I check their mindset, it's just about, oh, well, we just got to get land and we could do it on our own. No, family, you need money, okay? You need money to maintain this in this era that we live in. You need the currency to do that. Now, making the currency, there's nothing wrong with that. The question remains what you do with the currency. That is the key factor. You see what I'm saying? That is the key factor. But when you're preventing yourself from seeing what the currency could do, the currency is nothing but a legal tender. It says it right on there. Go look at it. If you don't believe me, pull out the dollar bill right now. Pull out a $5 bill. Pull out a $10 bill. Pull out a $20 bill, a 50, 100. What does it say in the top left corner? It is a legal tender for public and private debts. That's all it is. We're still living in a barter system. The only thing is that's blinding you people is the fact you don't realize that because you see the money. The money is just the illusion. But everything we do it for free. Okay? We do. If you took money out of the picture, guess what? If you build somebody's home, all right, and they built you a car, where's the money at? It's even trade. So the money becomes the factor that's in the way of that even trade. It's an illusion. It doesn't exist. But at the same time, it exists, if that makes sense. It's like in the Matrix. You see what I'm saying? You exist out of the real world. When you go in the Matrix, you're not real. You take on a different persona, but you're still real in that world. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to do a mastermind. So it would behoove you guys, again, if you want to learn that information, I'm going to share on my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you may. If you don't, that's fine. But I'm going to do a mastermind and teach people about not just about money. I'm going to teach you about the banking system. I'm going to show you the game Monopoly, exactly what they were teaching us. But because we don't see these things from an educational perspective, we look at it from an entertainment perspective. We did not get the value in Monopoly. But I'm going to break it down to you, and I'm going to show you exactly how it equates to your life in this corporation. And I'm going to take your mind on a whole different level with this and show you and prove to you that everything is actually free. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to prove to you that actually you are the one that's in charge. You just don't know that. So go ahead and follow my Instagram, and I will be posting only on Instagram, the day and time I'm going to do this mastermind. All right. I mean, I'm talking about over 20 years of knowledge. You feel me? That I didn't even write down. That's in my head. For the past 3 days, I've been in my mind writing that stuff down on paper, and I'm gonna bring it into the world. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna talk to you about contract law. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about banking. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about of course, money. I'm going to talk to you about, the birth certificate and how it applies to monopoly. I mean, guys, I'm going to take you on a journey that's going to literally, I'm not going to say blow your mind because I don't want to blow nobody's mind. All right. But I want to expand your mind. You see, because we have to be careful with the words that we use. Okay. So I want to expand your mind and take you on a whole different level. So follow me on Instagram, on IG, and I will be posting that. I may be doing that maybe Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure, or sometime next week. It depends on my schedule, but I'm definitely going to give, and I'm going to talk about law. I'm going to talk about legal. I mean, trust me, guys, I'm going to talk to you about the court system. Family, you guys don't want to miss this. That's what I'm saying. Okay. And I promise you, it's some information. Some of you may have heard some of it, but the way I'm going to break it down and the way I'm going to put that together, and it's free. Okay. I'm not charging anybody for anything. The only thing I want from you is to learn the information and do your own research. And if it works out where Chief is giving me all the truth and the facts, then learn how to make it applicable in your life. I don't want nothing from you except that. All I want from you guys is to see you grow. All I want from you guys is to see you do better. I don't want your money. I don't want none of that. In fact, I want to show you how to make money. That's it. Because how can you take something from people that don't have it? You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So I'm not going to come on here and ask you for anything. No, I'm going to show you how to make it. And when you make it, if you decide to say, hey, you know what, man, Chief got an organization, a foundation, let me support. He helped me get there, then that's fine. But I'm not going to ask you for anything when I know you're struggling to pay your bills. No, I don't want not even $1 from you. And you cannot pay me for my time either, because my time is priceless. But I'm going to invest my time in you. You feel me? So anybody could open up a community. The question is, do you have enough currency to sustain the community? Okay? Because you need that. Even if you create an economy of your own, then you still have to use the bigger economy, okay, to facilitate your economy. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you could be autonomous, but don't ever get into the illusion that you the fiat currency, because that's the world that we live in. Use the fiat currency to create what you want. Stop being your biggest enemy, family. Stop being that. So once again, when people come to me with good ideas, but anytime they start talking about, oh, we don't need money, that's where our conversation ends. That's because you don't know what money is. You don't know what money is, because if you knew what money was, you would want to make as much money as you can. Who do you think is running the world? People that got the money, but they're using they're using that influence and that power to enslave the world. We got to take control of that money and then do what's right. And how do we do that? We get we have to have a seat at the table. But you cannot have a seat at the table and you broke. Ain't nobody trying to hear you. And like I said, unto whom much is given, much is added. Okay. If you're broke and poor, that's what the universe will give you, because that's the seeds that you plant. That's where you decide to stay. So the universe will continue to give you what you have. You dig? Because it's called the laws of attraction. Don't you realize the more money people have, the more free things they get? Y'all still don't peep that yet? And you don't have to do anything, immoral to make money. Money is the easiest thing to make on the planet. The question is, when you make it, what do you do with it? Because people don't have the financial education, the literacy. That's why 1/3 of the people that's why 2/3 of celebrities and entertainers who happen to come into a large sum of money, they get broke within 2 or 3 years or even less than that. Why? Because nobody taught them the foundation, okay, of what money and money truly is. They only looked at it from a physical perspective. Money is spiritual. That's why it's called currency. But you're looking at the money only from the the physical money perspective and not the currency, the energy that it carries. You see what I'm saying? And it's right there in front of your face. So the information I'm going to give you, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss that. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram, like I said, and I will make sure that I'll post that information on Instagram at least 3-4 days in advance. Okay. So that you guys don't miss that information, because I'm telling you, I mean, it's just gonna, I don't even know. It's rare that I can't find words to articulate what I want to say. It's going to be so impactful, okay, that it's going to change your life. All right. Now, I'm not aware of everything, but I know a lot. Okay. But together we could figure things out as we continue to dig into the rabbit hole. All right. And I'm going to take you deeper into that rabbit hole. Okay. Because we have to expose all of it. All right. I'm going to be talking to you about, about jails and, why people, mostly our people, go to jail. I mean, I'm going to break so many things down is because they don't know what contract law is. They don't know what money is. They don't know what system we live in. All right. So you guys have an amazing continuation. I'm about to conclude this. Like I said, I'm not going to be on here for long. Just wanted to, the reason why I started with that video is to show you that, yes, and even if you have land and you want to build a community, we are asking people to live their children, their lives, the way they took care of their children, and come onto a piece of land that we don't know how we're going to feed them. We could grow some seeds and all that, but yes, we are competing in a world that's moving on a frequency of 5G, literally 6G, if we really think about it, because humans are still catching up. You feel what I'm saying? So when we talk about telling people let's build communities, be mindful of what you are asking people to do if you claim to be a leader, because you have to have things in place so that they could take care of their family and their children. Or else you are building a house on sand. It's easy to say and easy to talk about. Anybody could just spew anything. But when it comes to doing, it takes planning, it takes structure. Okay. It takes calculation. It takes vision. And it takes the fiat currency. You got to be an economic power to be self-sustained, to be autonomous. Okay. So hit me up. Like I said, connect with me on Instagram. My email is also in there if you guys want to stay connected, and just continue to be good to each other, man. All right. Remember, you are today the seeds that you planted yesterday. So the seeds that you planted yesterday gave you the fruits that you have today. And remember, the seeds that you plant today will give you the fruits that you have tomorrow. What does that mean? It means that your life, your success, your failures, being broke, being poor, being rich, being wealthy, it is really up to you and not what's outside of you, but it's what's within you. Okay. The world wasn't created from an explosion. All right. The world was created from an implosion. The universe was created from an implosion because it's within us. It didn't come from out of us. It came from within us. And we had to, implode, okay, in order to see the explosion. The explosion is physical. The implosion is spiritual. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm going to take y'all on a whole different level, fam. All right? So you guys take care. Love y'all, and we'll talk soon.